Generate data in tabular format. It can generate CSVs that can be provided, that you can download and provide it to your tool for visualization, data analysis tasks, modeling, machine learning tasks, anything. So these are the first three prompt patterns: persona pattern, audience persona pattern, visualization generator pattern. Now let's see the next pattern, that is recipe pattern. For example, you want to do X task, but to perform this X task, there are steps or subtasks A, B, and C. So I want ChatGPT to have a complete itinerary generated for me if I'm traveling from Bangalore to Darjeeling, and from there I can take a train or a cab to Darjeeling. Now, based on this, I am telling ChatGPT to complete my itinerary. This is a recipe pattern where you know you want to do a X task, and you know that A, B, C are the sub tasks or the steps that are necessary for you to do that X task. So this is the recipe pattern. Next is your template pattern, where you provide, or as a user, I provide the ChatGPT or generative model with placeholder, with a template and a placeholder, so that my output, ChatGPT fits my outputs in those placeholders. For example, I want a day-wise travel itinerary. If I'm visiting to Paris, I'm telling ChatGPT to generate day-wise travel itinerary for visiting Paris. Now, my placeholders are day for the day of the travel, supposing Monday. Location in Paris, what location I'm traveling to. Activity, what in that location I plan to do. Time, what is the best time or best part of the day to travel or to go there. This is my entire template, and how I want the output, it's indicated for day, visit, location, at time, for activity. So if ChatGPT generates, it will give you for Monday, visit location X at time noon, for activity visiting museum, for example. So this becomes your entire output, and you're giving the template, you're giving placeholders that place my information in these and generate output in the form of this line for day, visit, location, at time, for activity, containing everything. So these are your 5 prompt patterns that you can imbibe while designing your prompts, so that you have better responses from ChatGPT. And also you understand what you want to do, you have a clarity what you want to do, and work accordingly. If you want a pattern where you want ChatGPT to act as a person, where, or you want to give an idea to ChatGPT what audience you're catering to, or you're doing visualization, or you're doing data analysis, what is your pattern? If you're doing a task which contains subtasks or sub steps, what is the pattern you follow? And if you have a template in mind, how you want your output to be generated, then you have template pattern. So all these 5 patterns you can keep in mind along with your checklist while designing your prompts. Let's now see common prompting errors. So, vague or ambiguous prompts, when you just write, what is joins? What is prompt engineering? That is your vague and ambiguous prompts where you do not have any context, instruction, what to do. Just vague prompts. Then there are biased prompts where you are designing the prompts, supposing you have 2 categories, and the data or the instructions that you are providing, the examples you are providing is leaning towards one, and now the second category is left alone. That is your biased prompts. Third is lack of contextual information. You have just said, okay, generate the content for fractions. But what is the target audience that you are acting? Are you a teacher that you are teaching? Is there any template? Is there any flow that you want to follow? Are you looking at creating a course? Are you looking at teaching fractions as a slide you want, or as paragraph you want? Anything, any contextual information is missing. Then you have insufficient examples. You do not have examples. For example, You are just saying, generate synthetic data for doing sentiment analysis. But what on? You need to provide some content, some information that, okay, this is my data. Now, based on this, you generate synthetic data in a CSV format for me to do sentiment analysis. That is lacking your training data or examples, insufficient examples. Then there is complex or confusing prompts. If you write full lengthy prompts, but it is very complex, it has several different informations, such as you have target information also. You are acting as a target audience information. You are acting as a analyst, and you have target audience. You have branding also. You have campaigning also in that. It is very confusing for ChatGPT to pick one persona and act. Or, for example, you are designing a campaign, but you have given a lot of information. Check out Coca-Cola campaign that happened at this year, or check out this campaign and design my campaign. It is confusing when you give different reference points. You need to be very clear. You need to be less complex. Your prompt needs to be very simplified so that ChatGPT can understand. Last is not testing prompts thoroughly. You have given a very good prompt. You have designed a very good prompt and given to ChatGPT. It generates something, but you are not reading it. You are blindly following what it generates. You're not giving it a feedback. You're not asking what it has understood from your designed prompt. That is not testing prompt thoroughly, and you will have less accurate responses, and in some cases, wrong responses. Now let's see what are the applications, different applications of prompt engineering. One is content generation. You want copywriting, advertising, creative writing, educational content. You can do anything and everything under content generation based on your target audience, based on who you are catering to. Next is customer support and engagement. There are various chatbots and virtual assistants that can use generative models and instructional guides as well, so that your customer is engaged. You do not need human as resources to reply to your customers. There are generative models that can help you with act as a human and reply to your customers at all times 24/7. Then there is data analysis and science. Data cleaning, data preparation, visualization, as we talked about. Whatever you want to do, you can give an input as your data. There would be a size limit you give, and you tell to clean. You generate the code. You can ask what to do when you are doing statistical analysis on this kind of data. What tests, hypothesis testing to do. So all these come under data analysis and data science. Then application comes under code generation and software development. That is automating your code writing, debugging, document generation, documentation. So all these, using ChatGPT or generative models, they can make your life easy. They can generate a code for you, whatever you are looking at. But you have to be very specific. You have to be very clear what you want, so that your output, your response from ChatGPT, your generative models are customized based on your prompts. Next is research and information retrieval. Like, for example, text summarization, question answering, anything and everything. You can give links as a context and tell that, okay, these are the specific researches done in this field. Based on this, give me your hypothesis. What next can be done? For example, next is machine translation, information sharing, internal communication, anything related to machine translation. Then sentiment analysis, consumer feedback analysis, brand management, marketing, all these things using sentiment analysis can be done. And prompt engineering is used to create tools for this. Other domains include healthcare, where you can do diagnosis. You can create a system using generative model to diagnosis for a disease. And you can design prompts that, okay, my patient is this, it has a history of this. Now, these are the symptoms. What is your diagnosis? Manufacturing. In manufacturing, if you want to supply your manufacturing and your suppliers, you create a LLM, you create a generative model where your users, your employees can ask, if I'm manufacturing this, if I have to transport here, what to do, what not to do, everything. The mesh, the network that you have in manufacturing industry, it can intake and give you output results based on your prompts. Then comes security. Security, there are attacks. They can be a lot of AI tools that can be used to prevent those attacks, to prevent your systems, without failing. Last is retail and shopping, that is e-commerce. In your OTT platforms or shopping, e-commerce, Myntra, different websites, Amazon, they can use generative models to intake all these things, and you prompt that, okay, I want this, and it helps you with retail and shopping. So these are the various applications for prompt engineering. Now let's write a few prompts so that you can understand what are prompts, how to write them. So we are on a prompt engineering course where you understanding the outcome of this course is for you to understand what is prompt engineering, how to write a good prompt, right? So let's give ChatGPT a simple prompt, that is, what is prompt engineering, and let's see what it tells us. It starts generating and it tells you what prompt engineering refers to, what is crafting and refinement of prompts, and generates responses from AI language models such as GPT. Then it's saying that prompt engineering involves considering various factors such as language used in prompt, structure of prompt, context. Effective prompt engineering can significantly improve performance and usefulness of AI models in various domains, such as including natural language understanding, text generation, dialogue systems, etc. If you see, this is a query that you have put, which you can also put on Google and get different links, not a text, not a paragraph, but different links where you can open the links and read it. Here on ChatGPT, when you enter what is prompt engineering, you get this, a definition, a elaborated explanation of what the generative model, that is ChatGPT, that uses GPT as a generative model, understands about prompt engineering, and it tells you their perspective of it based on the different parameters that it is trained on. Now, let's see another example. Suppose I want to travel 5 days in India. Please make me itinerary. I give this a prompt. According to ChatGPT understanding, it will give me this. Arrival in Delhi. I have not said that where am I arriving from. It assumed arrival in Delhi. Day 2, Delhi to Agra. Day 3, Agra to Jaipur. Day 4, Jaipur sightseeing. Day 5, Jaipur to Delhi. And it tells me when you are in that day, you arrive in Delhi, for example. It is capital of India. Visit historic landmarks like Red Fort. Explore bustling streets of Old Delhi. Experience, optional, visit is Humayun's tomb or Qutub Minar. Okay. Again, day 2, it's giving different, or day 3, it is giving different options. I have not said here what I like. I have not said whether I am a beach person or a mountain person or a normal, I want to travel, which kind of places, hot, cold, nothing. It has not asked also. This is my random prompt that I have given ChatGPT. Now, let's see a different kind of example. I have a passage of 3-4 sentences. I want to summarize in one sentence, right? I am giving an example. That my example text is, scientists have discovered a new species of orchid in rainforests of South America. And the output that I'm giving is a new species, the entire sentence. Okay. Now, my sentence or my passage is on prompt engineering. It involves crafting precise, context-specific instructions and queries. And these prompts provide guidance. We can enhance model performance, achieve better control over generated output, and address limitations associated with open-ended language generation. And I want to summarize this into 1 or 2 sentences, right? This is my prompt. I give this, and this is what it gives me. However, this is Isn't it feeling as same? Now, if I say, please shorten this further.